What's going on, guys? Welcome to Just Geeking Out. We're talking geek. It's just me today. It's just me. My cousin, he actually has some company, so it's gonna be me solo. I might need to throw some light on this bad boy. It's getting darker now. Sorry, sorry, and I should probably close this. You guys are gonna see. This is all the stuff I should have prepared for before the live. But okay, here I am. Here I am. How are y'all doing today? I'll wait for you guys to trickle on in. Um, Here we go. Much better. Much better. Um, we have definitely been MIA a little bit. Work got really busy for me. For those of you who don't know, I'm an actor. I was shooting a Christmas movie in October. So it's been a little hard to touch base and then getting back. And it took a while, but I have a new unboxing that you guys should check out if you want to. If you're into Hot Toys, I got this. Oh, this is a freaking chef's kiss, man. I have this. Who do we have? Austin. What is going on, man? I'm just showing off my Hot Toys David Corn sweat figure, bro. Um, Real talk, this is my first Hot Toys figure ever, and this thing it's excellent. It is excellent. The raised S on the back. I mean, this is screen accurate. I know people don't like the likeness, but it's not bad in person. It's not bad at all. And honestly, I care more about having a Superman figure than a David Cornsweet figure, if that makes any sense. So I don't mind if his likeness is not perfect, but the suit for me, the suit. Thanks, Austin. Thank you. This is like I said, my first Hot Toys, and I got something coming tomorrow that's going to be pretty dope. It's in art. I got something coming tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll get that unboxing up on Tuesday. But yeah, it's not a new figure. I'll just say what it is. I picked up the in art Batman v Superman Cavill figure. That's coming tomorrow. Dude, I appreciate you. Yo, they're way too addictive, and I'm already like looking through to see what I might want to pick up. There's something I want to show here today. I'm a big DC guy. They are so addictive. I'm happy they're so expensive and take up so much space because that's the thing that'll stop me from going crazy. Because it's almost like once you start collecting these higher end figures, how can you go back? How can you go back to like McFarlane? And I love McFarlane, but once you start getting these bad boys in hand, like how can I still look at this the same way? I mean, I can because I love toys, but yeah, there's definitely a big jump when it comes to this level of collecting. But since we're here, since we're talking about toys, let's show some toys, man. Um, I have many Hot Toys figures. That's odd. I have two in art, Henry Cavill. So do you have the Batman v Superman one in the blue suit? Is that the one? If so, that's the one I bought. That's the one that's coming tomorrow. Which I'm really excited to have these two kind of like on my desk side by side. Because for me, they're both Superman, you know? Uh, Let me share my screen. We can talk about some upcoming Hot Toys. Where are we? Well, bear with me 1 second. Um, That's what I'm saying. Hey, yo, real talk. They are next level. And okay, you said I'm gonna love it. The Henry Cavill. Did you pick up the David Cornsweet Superman one? I can't remember where you are with this movie. I can't remember, but here we have Hot Toys. I guess they just released some official photos of their Batman Returns, man. Batman Returns figure right here. And this looks sick. This looks so freaking sick. If you're a Batman fan, if you collect Hot Toys, I don't see how you're not going to jump into this bad boy. Now, my main question, and maybe Austin C can answer this, is like with the Batman figures, right? Because they're kind of rubbery, right? Like the material. How do they hold up over time? Because I'll say this corn sweat figure, like the fabric is kind of thick and kind of rubbery, so it feels like it's durable. Like when I bend them and flex them, I don't feel it pulling or tearing. You're not a fan of cornbread. I love cornbread. Yo, what's going on, Eddie? Yo, the head sculpt is great. Wait. Are you talking? You're talking about the Batman? Are we talking about the Batman, Eddie, or because we were just talking about the David Corn Sweat Hot Toy Superman? Are you talking about the Batman? Um, yeah, did pre? I think pre-orders opened. Um, Now, okay, Austin, let me add. Do you have other Hot Toys Batman figures? And if so, how do the suits hold up over time? Right? Do they start to get brittle or whatever, depending on where you live? And yeah, Eddie's talking about the Batman. I mean, dude, look at this is freaking Michael Keaton end of the movie. Like this isn't even my favorite Batman suit. Like between the Burton films, I prefer '89. I prefer the more muscle, more rugged. But this joint is sick. Okay, Austin's got us. They hold really good. Just don't keep it in certain pose for years at a time. So a static pose is probably what's best for this figure specifically. I know they dropped the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man figure, and some toy tubers got samples, and I think they said because of that fabric, you can put him in a pose and don't have to worry too much. Um, but I think this is an amazing figure. I don't think I'm gonna get it because I gotta listen. This is a slippery slope here. I'm gonna get. I got my Inart Cavill coming, and I think I'm gonna chill, right? Because if I were to get a Batman figure, I'm not sure which Batman figure I would start with. I'm not sure. But while we're talking about Hot Toys, yo, they also dropped their Dark Knight Returns figure. Now this looks crazy. Heck no, they're good. I have a Flash Old Man Keaton figure. I saw, yeah, there's a toy store in the mall that's very close that actually has it on display. That looks really great. That looks really great. Um, I just don't have the space. If I were to go down the Hot Toys rabbit hole, I'd be selling off a bunch of figures just to make room. And I might start doing that anyway. We'll see. We'll see. Because over time, there's some figures that just don't hold up as far as sentimental value. So we'll see. But this Hot Toy, I'm not the biggest Dark Knight Returns fan, but this Hot Toys goes crazy. This is pretty crazy. I mean, honestly, the head sculpt alone. Now, let me rephrase it. I'm a big Dark Knight Returns comics book fan. I just not a fan of most of the time how the toys translate, but I'm a big fan of the actual story. The only hot toy that almost got me was the Terminator. The Terminator's sick. I think Enart's doing the Terminator too. The Terminator's definitely sick. It's a slippery slope, Eddie. It's a slippery freaking slope. Now, what do you? I have the Batman Returns figure coming, as well as the Deadpool Wolverine figure, the deluxe version, and the Stealth Suit Captain America figure. The Deadpool Wolverine figure. I thought I thought you have that. The yellow suit? Or are you talking about the brown suit? I thought you have that already. No? I thought you copped the or maybe you just said that you ordered it and it hasn't come in yet. That suit said the brown suit looks fire. Now the head sculpt isn't as good on the brown suit, which is strange. You figure it'd be the same head. But the brown suit one goes crazy from Deadpool Wolverine. Uh Now guys, listen, man, like Gong Studios is coming for food. For those of you who don't know, this guy right here, the Kingdom Come 6-inch figure, Gong Studios, there was a toy fair in, I think, Japan, I'm not sure. But they showed off some of their upcoming figures, and we got a pre-order that's going on for this bad boy. They're doing their Hush Batman figure. This looks sick. Honestly, I don't think I think they're coming from Mayfex's food. I really do. Because it's cloth goods, it's 6-inch, it poses just like a Mayfex, comes with as many accessories as Mayfex. But since it's cloth goods, like it hides all the joints. So that's pretty freaking sick, man. I actually pre-ordered this one. I was so happy with this Kingdom Come figure. Like my only complaint is just the let me make myself bigger real quick. My only complaint with the is just this kind of like this divot right here. It's odd because it's not like it swivels. That's my only complaint. But this is a fire freaking suit, and it's durable. Like whatever they made this out of, it's freaking great. So when I saw that they were dropping the Batman, I wasn't gonna do it. But then I'm like, it'd be nice to have a cloth goods Batman sitting next to my Mezco Superman, and it looks freaking dope. Yes, I have the Wolverine regular version, but I don't have the deluxe version, long sleeves version Wolverine figure. I see. I got confused. In other words, I will have two at the end of the day. Yes. Oh, if you're gonna have two, then you gotta pose one with the mask up and pose one with the mask off. Are you gonna get the brown suit one? Because I feel like if you're collecting all the Hugh Jackman Wolverines from the Deadpool film, it's almost like you have to get the brown suit version. I don't know. I'm not jumping in your pockets. I'm not jumping in your pockets. It just, if my cousin Chris would hear, he'd tell you have to do it. He loves spending people's money, especially mine. But this Gong Studio Popmart Batman figure is so dope to me. The head sculpts are up there with Hot Toys. It's almost like a 6-inch Hot Toys. They're great, and I'm very excited to get this in the collection. But again, like that's my only thing right here. It's like this divot right here is yeah, you have the Kingdom Come. So yeah, we talked about this. Yeah. Wait. You have the Hush version Batman figure already? Am I late? Didn't the pre-orders just go up for this? Maybe I'm late. Yours came already? How? How, Slay? I must be late to the game. How is it? Well, then give me your review here. How is it? I'm sure it's great. How is it? And if you have the Mayfex, how does it compare to Mayfex? I know they're completely two different figures doing completely two different things, but I'm curious. Definitely when I get mine, I'm gonna do a versus. That's kind of the toy news I have right now. I'm mainly a DC guy. Chris takes over for GI Joes and stuff like that, and there's not a whole lot of McFarlane news. So let's talk about a couple things. I'm gonna keep my screen open because let's talk about the rumors, guys. Let's get into the rumors. So Apparently, hold on. There I go. Apparently, okay, okay, you do have it. You got a hookup, yo. Um, we might need to talk on Instagram. It's good. It's a dope figure, huh? Is it the same exact body as Kingdom Come and Shazam, or is the body slightly different? Uh, we got some leaks apparently, but not really, because no one can tell if this is AI or not. I feel like this is completely fake, but it looks so good that we can't tell if it's AI. So people are going crazy. If you look at the next picture here, like usually AI doesn't recreate the same the costume the same exact way in different photos, right? But if you see here, like the detail on his coat, and if I go back here, like you see it right there, and the lines are consistent. So it's like AI doesn't usually copy it like perfect. Zipper here, maybe there's a zipper there that's kind of open and black. Yeah, yeah. Okay, it's the same. It's the same exact body as Superman and Shazam figure. Okay, I'm cool with that. Eventually, they're gonna have to start switching it up. Superman shouldn't be. Batman shouldn't be as big as Kingdom Come Superman, but that's fine. They're gonna switch it up eventually. Uh, but yeah, but like these set pics are going crazy, and I don't believe this is real at all. But the fact that we're unsure, AI is getting scary, man. How excited are you guys for Avengers Doomsday? I have to say, I wasn't that excited. Not that I don't want to see it, I do want to see it. I just don't know what the story is. And cameo fests have kind of like been cool, but it's going to take more than that to make me invested now because we've gotten so much. But I will say, seeing this image, I mean, it's got me happy. Yeah, Eddie, I think it's definitely AI, but it's kind of still doing the job. I went through your Instagram page, but I didn't see but three posted pictures. So I'm thinking you're not active on. I'm actually not that active on my Instagram page. I got to do a lot better. Um, but shoot me a message and I'll respond to it for sure. Yeah, it's kind of a one man crew here right now. So you shoot me a message, I'll definitely respond to it. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of posted pictures on my Instagram page. I'm gonna do a lot better. I'm gonna do a lot better. I, but I am. But I will be on it and I will check messages. Um, but yeah. So that's kind of cool seeing these. Let's talk some other kind of rumor mill news, man. Let me get out of here. Um, so for those of you who don't know, it looks like Warner Brothers is up for sale, and there's studios like Paramount and Netflix and probably all of them that want to buy a piece because they get a piece of that IP, that Harry Potter DC IP, right? Um, so the big rumor is that Paramount seems to be very close to buying, and if so, or Netflix, I don't know. And if so, it means that maybe the Snyderverse will be restored. And of course, Zack Snyder's posting all these pictures of Batman and of Cavill and all his work on the Justice League and Batman v Superman, and it's making this huge rumor mill happen that Snyder will definitely be bringing back the Snyderverse to finish it with Justice League Part 2 and 3. And people are going nuts off this rumor that's coming out of nowhere. And one of the rumors was that if it gets sold, they're going to kick James Gunn and Peter Safran out and bring back Zack Snyder. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you, man. Um, which honestly is that sounds. I don't want to yuck anybody's yum. That sounds so dumb. I like the Snyderverse, parts of it. I am a Henry Cavill Superman fan for sure. There's things about Man of Steel I liked. There's things about Man of Steel I didn't like. Same thing with Batman v Superman. Same thing with James Gunn's Superman movie. But to think that this studio is going to stop James Gunn before he started to bring back a universe that unfortunately didn't work for reasons that, there's a lot of reasons, and I'm not blaming Zack Snyder for it, but it didn't work. Why would they bring back a universe that didn't work to replace one that is working? Doesn't make any sense. Even if you don't like James Gunn's choices, so far it is working. And it's too early to say if it didn't work or not. And then some people are saying it could be in Elseworlds, right? Like you can have Snyder finish his vision, and then it can be an Elseworlds thing like Pattinson's Batman. And my thing is, where's all this interest coming from? Because if all this interest was there, this universe would have never ended. I think it's done. And I kind of think it needs to be done. I think it needs to be done because the focus is on something new, and it's had its time. And to be honest with you, as a Superman fan, I don't necessarily want to see Zack Snyder finish his vision, which is Superman comes out of Man of Steel. He's very green, figuring it out. Great. But you don't, but you don't, but you don't that, but I don't think Snyder learned a lot since then. Um, no, no, because I think his vision is great for like an Elseworlds. I got you, Austin. I think his vision is great for an Elseworlds take on it, right? Like Christopher Nolan's Batman movie. It's grounded. It's realistic. Like you're never gonna get Mr. Freeze in it, and I think that's great. It's not the kind of Batman movie I would want to build a universe off of. Same thing with his version of Superman. I think it's great. Its own universe. It's darker, grimmer world, not optimistic. It's not the kind of universe you build a world off of. And Zack Snyder, and I'm not saying it's all him, but Man of Steel came out, we had a very green Superman, which I love. His first day on the job, cool with it. All the mistakes he made, I'm cool with it. It's his first day fighting aliens, cool with it. Second movie, Batman's kind of a villain, okay, and then they kill Superman at the end. Interesting choice. The second year of Superman, you kill him off. I would have preferred a Man of Steel 2, but okay, you killed him in the second movie. Fine. Justice League comes out, both the Whedon cut and the Snyder cut, and Superman doesn't come back till like the end of the movie to save the day. So basically, he's green in the first one, killed in the second one, and shows up at the end of the third outing. And then we know, because out of Snyder's mouth, that Justice League Part 2 and 3 was going to revolve around a Superman that could possibly be evil. I guess submitting to the anti-life equation, like under Darkseid. So we were never going to get the Superman. That should have been Man of Steel 2, but we weren't going to get it. Not until The Rock came in and tried to take over things, and then he was going to give Cavill his official Man of Steel 2. So I would love to see Zack Snyder's vision in like a graphic novel or even an animated series. But I don't necessarily want Warner Brothers to pump hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars into this other Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman vehicle when we got these over here that need attention. Um, but if it happens, I'm watching it. So it is what it is. What are the news do we have? It's not a whole lot of news. It seems like Brainiac is going to be the villain in Superman: Man of Tomorrow, which I think is pretty cool. That's the film where you have Lex Luthor and Superman team up. I think some fans were upset about that. They thought that Brainiac was a Justice League level threat, and he could be, but he's also a Superman villain. So, uh, unpopular opinion, with Jared Leto's Joker no, I don't think that's unpopular, especially if you're talking about the end of the Snyder cut of Justice League. Like Jared Leto gets a crazy rap, but like he's a good actor. He's a really good actor, and I think the choices that were made overall in the Suicide Squad were just not strong choices. But I understand why they made them. Like, you got a guy like Heath Ledger that came out the gate and won an Oscar playing the Joker, giving us one of the most iconic performances of all time, let alone a superhero movie. So it's almost like if you're going to play the Joker after that, you got to do something completely different. And I think they got lost in the sauce about how different to make him. But that being said, Jared Leto's a great actor. And I enjoyed his Joker in the Snyder Cut of Justice League. You know, it was very different. Nah, the essence was the same as Suicide Squad, but of course in the hands of a different director and different tone. And seeing having him and Affleck on screen together, although I'm not sure they were actually physically on screen together, was pretty dope. So it might be unpopular, but I rock with it. Jared Leto's a good actor, and I don't think we saw what his Joker could have been. Um, Same thing with Jesse Eisenberg. Like, everyone's like cringe about his Lex Luthor, but Jesse Eisenberg is a fantastic actor. And the way he played Lex was an acting choice as well as a directorial choice. He didn't have to be that way. They made a choice. So just like Jared Leto has a really great Joker in him, I think Jesse has a good Lex in him too. We just didn't get a chance to see it. But I am excited about Brainiac. I think that it's a Superman villain. And Superman doesn't need the Justice League to fight his villains, although cameos, I'm sure. But it also has to be a threat. Brainiac, to me, is the perfect threat for Superman, especially if it's a team-up movie between Superman and Lex, because it's a being who is all knowledge, Brainiac, but he also has a physical prowess. So it's almost like the perfect villain for Superman and Lex Luthor to have to team up against. Brainiac's intellect, Lex will be challenged by that, and Brainiac's brawn, Superman will be challenged by that. So I think that's pretty cool. I don't have any I can't even figure out who they're casting. But if Chris was here, maybe I'll save it next week. We'll fantasy cast Brainiac. Although, sad note, Chadwick Boseman he got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame this past week. Black Panther, amazing actor, human being, played real life heroes and a superhero. So it was really awesome to see that. Yo, etc. Can't wait for the Snyderverse. Man, that thing ain't coming back. You know that ain't coming back. It ain't coming back. I was just talking about it. It ain't coming back. I wouldn't mind seeing it as an animated series or movie or finish up as a graphic novel. But no, man, no. I don't want to see Superman be evil for a whole movie. You know? Yes, rest in peace, for sure, Chadwick Boseman. What I love about Zach was the way he made Superman fighting scenes awesome, from punching Zod in the air fight. Oh, listen, Zack Snyder's visual is no one touches him visually when it comes to showcasing action and fight scenes. I mean, 300, like, no one touches Zack Snyder. That is his bag, bro. And yes, he gave us visually one of the most epic Superman scenes on film, with his fight scenes in Smallville and his fight scenes in Metropolis. Oh, chef's freaking kiss. I mean, the power of Superman and the grace of, like, Zack Snyder captured it for sure. There's other things I had issues with, but I mean, we can poke holes in every movie. But no, Zach is next level. My biggest issue with that regime of DC was, as a Superman fan, they just didn't seem to be that interested in Superman. Like I said, Man of Steel, he's green. It's his first time. Great origin story. His second movie, we're gonna shoehorn Batman and Wonder Woman in there. Okay, and then kill him in the end. Okay. His third outing, he doesn't come until the end of the movie in both versions. Okay. And then I hear that Justice League Part 2 is him as the bad guy. So we were never going to get the Boy Scout. And I think Cavill was excited to play the Boy Scout. That's why, like, if you watch Black Adam at the end, when he shows up, he doesn't show up with that scowl on his face like he had in the Snyder films. He shows up like, Black Adam, we should talk. Just real chill, real calm, kind of warm, not intimidating, but also not intimidating. That's Superman. And Cavill has an amazing Superman in him, but he never got to play the fullness of the character because they were so focused on building a universe and then Batman. Um, Anywho, that's kind of all I have for today. It's a quick show. It's always a quick show when I'm by myself. But I really appreciate you guys for hanging out. We're back at it every Sunday, and if Chris can't make it, I'll be here. And unboxings are coming. I just dropped Etc's favorite Superman hot toy unboxing, which is the David Corn Sweat bad boy. Right, Etc. You love this. This is your favorite. This is your favorite Superman. But I am getting the Henry Cavill in art Superman tomorrow. So I'm gonna have them both on the desk because they're both Superman. But would you be convinced if Nolan was more involved if they made a Man of Steel 2? Yeah. Listen, I wanted a Man of Steel 2 from the beginning. I thought I was jumping up and down when I saw the first trailer of Batman v Superman. I'm going to get to see my favorite two superheroes in the same movie together. But I still wanted a Man of Steel 2. I'm like, give my guy a sequel. So with Nolan involved, even if Nolan wasn't involved, um, yeah, I wanted a Man of Steel 2 because at the end of Man of Steel, he killed Zod. The world is responding to him as Superman. He's finally stepped out. He put on the glasses to be Clark Kent of the Daily Planet. And we never got to see how he dealt with the ramifications of Man of Steel. Because by the time we got to Batman v Superman, it had to start setting up other stuff. So we never dealt with the PTSD of killing Zod. We never dealt with him trying to win the world over. Like we got a montage of him doing super feats, which is like that's Man of Steel 2. All the things he was doing, saving people, would have been a movie about him becoming Superman instead of a movie about this psychotic Batman trying to kill him. But you saw the movie. You know what I'm saying. I'm actually glad you brought up that. I'm actually glad you brought that back up again about how Superman died because you and Chris had brought that up before and how it got into the discussion of how James Gunn's Superman, how he consistently got beat up. Remember, James Superman had been already in the world for what 34 years of events of Batman v Superman. We're not given a specific timeline, but it seems like it's been 1 year, maybe a little bit over a year. Yeah. So Superman, David Cornswell's Superman has been active as Superman for 3 years. Henry Cavill, by the time we get to Batman v Superman, we probably can say a year and a half, 2 years at the most. So yes, David Cornsweat in a world with other metahumans, in a world with other superpowered beings, didn't lose a fight in 3 years. So James Gunn showed us this is Superman's worst week of his career. That was James Gunn's thing. As a matter of fact, in the original cut, they did have like Monday, Tuesday, showing you like the worst week of his life. And yes, Cavill died in his second year as Superman. And David Cornsweat didn't lose the fight until his third year. This is just funny comparisons. They're both great. They're both great. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you for jumping on, man. Yeah. We were out of commission for a little bit, but we're back. Me and when my cousin Chris is here, we have a whole lot of fun. Wasn't Affleck was supposed to direct his own Batman film? That would have been the film instead of Pattinson's, but I think he got tired of it. He didn't find any joy playing Batman anymore, and might have been more stuff involved, but he was done. It would have been dope because it would have been like apparently the story was like Batman's responsible for the death of like Deathstroke's son or something. Something happened, so Deathstroke is like hunting Batman, and it was gonna be played by Joe. I can't ever say his last name, but the dude that cameoed in Justice League, Joe Magliano. I'm bad with it. Uh, I think where they went was trying to build the world too fast, trying to catch up to Marvel instead of organically developing. Absolutely, and but to be completely honest with you, you can start with a Justice League movie, and then from there build out these characters, right? Like we didn't really know who Hawkeye was or Black Widow was. We really didn't. We still don't really know who Nick Fury is. So there's a way to do it. It just wasn't good. It just wasn't good because when if you rewatch Man of Steel, it's meant to be a standalone thing. It's not meant to be this giant world builder, right? It's like Batman Begins. It's like The Dark Knight. It's not. It wasn't built to have a world where you have everyone in it. It's almost like you have to make that decision from the beginning, almost. Because I know Marvel didn't do it. They didn't really get into the shared universe thing until after the success of Iron Man. Then they're like, what if? But their world allowed it. But yeah, they got too ahead of themselves. Would you even go to the point Superman had never faced a being like whatever it was that faced Doomsday? Um, yeah, I mean, yeah. I would definitely say that David Corn Sweat's Superman has never faced his Doomsday. Now, because Zack Snyder's Doomsday wasn't even Doomsday. He was a reanimated, mutated corpse of General Zod. So he still wasn't like Doomsday in the comics, this creature that's unstoppable that was killed over and over and over and over again till it got better and better and evolved to being unstoppable like the Hulk. That's not what this is. This was a reanimated, mutated Zod corpse. But I will say, I don't think Corn Sweats fought anything as strong. The strongest thing he fought was his clone. So yeah, I think he would die. Superman's supposed to die at the hand of Doomsday. So I kind of tease when I talk about Cavill's feats versus Corn Sweat. I think they're equally strong from the movie they're in. I just knock the fact that Zack Snyder killed him in his second movie. Like he killed him in his second movie. Then when Justice League came out, tried to make it like the world was mourning Superman. When his whole Batman v Superman, the world was skeptical of him. Like he didn't have Superman on screen enough through multiple movies for us to feel bad that he died. Okay, Brian, enjoy the live stream. But before I go, any new comics you purchased? Not really. I've been collecting that Superman comic, the Action Comics, where they kind of retelling Superboy. But that's it, man. I didn't go to the comic book store last week. It was kind of busy. Did you pick up anything? I'm under the belief that I think Zack Snyder was trying to get us ready for a multiverse because we did see Flash from the movies guest star. Honestly, I don't. Oh man, except we need to jump on this. What if the nightmare sequence was an alternate reality? See, okay, real quick, and I'm out of here. Okay, so I think when Ezra Miller showed up on the Flash TV series, that had nothing to do with Snyder. I think that was DC having fun, building a world that they were never going to commit to. I think it was just fun. The Flash coming back from the nightmare sequence, Zack Snyder just did an interview saying that wasn't a multiverse. That was the possible future of that nightmare verse. And that's where Justice League 2 and 3 would have went to. You would have saw that Flash in the post-apocalyptic world going back in time to warn Batman about Superman. So I don't know if he was getting into a multiverse thing or just kind of going down the path of Darkseid is coming, end game level war, and Superman's mind is corrupted, and Batman dies, I think, in his version. All right, hit me up on Instagram. Peace out, Austin. All right, I'm out. I'm out of here. I gotta go. Thank y'all so much for watching. I'll be back with my cousin Chris, hopefully next Sunday. Be on the lookout for some dope unboxings, etc. I got the in-art Cavill Superman coming, so you're gonna check that out because that's your favorite soups. I love them too. Anyway, I'm out of here, man. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification.